Hi guys, trigger warning. The lady I'll be talking about today, her name is Veronica Lake and not Victoria. So in case you keep hearing Victoria multiple times, I just don't know why I kept referring to her as Victoria. Her name is Veronica Lake. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing fine. If you're new to my channel, I normally post every week, Fridays and Sundays, and I post shorts every day as well. So there are lots of content for you to get conversant with and binge watch, to also get conversant with I as well. So yeah, just give it a check and you will not regret it. But for today or for this week, I'll be sharing a fascinating story that has to do with a lady called Victoria Lake, where during World War II, the United States government had to tell her to take a temporary break from her hairstyle because it was causing a lot of accidents in the workplace. Fascinating, right? Let's get right into today's story. So Veronica Lake was a very popular actress in Hollywood in the 1940s. She was even referred to as the 1940s find or the find of 1940s. During 1940s, she was mostly known for her femme fatale roles in classics like Noah, The Blue Dahlia, Sullivan's Travels, and This Gone for Hire. And she was mostly known for her acting and also her hairstyle. The hairstyle we'll be talking about today, which is referred to as the peekaboo hairstyle. Naturally, she was a lady who had a long, wavy blonde hair. In the 1941, like I said, she was a find of the 1940s. During a movie called Wanted Wings, there was a man called Hornblows. He was the one who changed her name to Veronica Lake because, like I said, her birth name is Constance Frances Marie. But he gave her Victoria Lake, and he said the name was inspired because she had clear, calm, and blue eyes like the lake. So he gave her Victoria Lake, and she went on to use that name throughout the period of her career. And eventually, during the photo shoot of that movie, a part of her hair fell on her right side, her right eye. And the photographer said it gave this mysterious look that he liked. And so they went ahead with the shoot. And after that, it was something she came to like. And then it became her signature hairstyle. So it started as a mistake even and became her signature hairstyle. And during the 1940s, this was when Hollywood were making brands, or Hollywood was making brands out of actors and actresses, just like Audrey Hepburn, her pixie cut, just like the little black dress of Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's. I spoke about that 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this was a time where Hollywood was making brands out of actresses and actors. So for her, this hairstyle known as the peekaboo, because like I said, it fell on one side of her eye, so it was kind of covering her eyes. I'll leave a picture so you guys can get a good idea of what I'm talking about. So this hairstyle was referred to as the peekaboo hairstyle, and then it became her signature look. And after this movie was released, she became an instant hit. It was like she became famous overnight, and the hairstyle as well was embraced in Hollywood and audience as well. So from that time onward, women started embracing that hairstyle. During World War II, because of the war effect, a lot of women, like millions of women, now went to be in the workforce, working in industries that operated heavy machineries. So it got to a point where the hair now started becoming a problem because it was getting stuck in the machines they were working with, and it was causing a work hazard, you know. So the United States government had to tell her to take a temporary break on the hairstyle due to the hazard it was causing, because like I said, a lot of women embraced it and millions of women entered the workforce. So because of that, the US government teamed up with her and they started doing public announcements and, you know, campaigning to encourage women or to tell women to stop doing the hairstyle. And also she encouraged women to pin their hair back to stop the hazards that is happening in the workplace. And she went on to do so many campaigns, you know, adverts, also discouraging women from doing the hairstyle and to also pin their hairstyle backwards. And I found this story so fascinating because imagine that a hairstyle that came out from a mistake became her trademark, and then it became so popular that it started causing a lot of work hazard that the United States government had to tell her to take a temporary break from such hairstyle. And that is just such a crazy story that I thought to myself that I needed to share with you guys. Unfortunately, in the late 1940s, her career started to decline. She tried to appear in one or two movies, but nothing really worked. They were trying to revive her career, but nothing worked out, and eventually her career died down, and unfortunately she died in her 50s due to a part of alcoholism. So it is just such a fascinating story that in as much as her career died, the hairstyle till date is still in use for audience and both Hollywood. In fact, Jessica Rabbit also used this hairstyle recently in one of her movies, and you and I, even I, have done such hairstyle. There's so many girls around the world that does this hairstyle, and it's so crazy to think that it started from a mistake, that during the World War II it became something that even the government had to step in to tell the person to take a break. So stories like that I really find fascinating. And as popular as this hairstyle is, unfortunately I don't think a lot of ladies even knew that there was a story behind this simple hairstyle that came from a simple mistake. And it's also fascinating that she went on to use Victoria Lake throughout her career without people realizing that that isn't even her birth name. So yeah, I just thought to share it with you guys. And speaking about her career and also her death, I just want to encourage anyone listening to me to try. I know you're already doing your very best, but I just want to encourage you to put in a little bit more effort, and just try to do things in the right way, in the proper way, so that all the suffering you're going through today, you only have to go through it once, so that when you get there, you're not left with confusion, a state where you don't know what to do, you don't know what step next to take. And it is so common for us to hear about stories about people who did so many great things, and today we don't get to hear about them anymore. And in as much as it is not an easy thing to stay on the top for such a long time, I feel we really need more reason why we really need to give accolades to those who are doing it seamlessly, people that have been in whichever area of their life or career for years upon years upon years. It is not easy. So I just want to encourage you that for you to not be one of those ones, let it not be said that, oh, at some point you were this, or at some point you were that. Let it be said that you will never change. You just have to try your best, And just as I say, if you try your possible best to do things in the way it needs to be done, and just as I will always say, there's a principle to everything, guys. Whatever it is you want to do, there's a principle to doing things the right way and the wrong way. And if you're able, it's one thing for you to get to that place you want to get to. It's another thing to manage yourself in that point. So I just want to encourage whoever who cares to listen to me, and I will share some keys with you guys that, could help you, because this thing about, especially these days where everyone wants to be known, everyone wants to be a celebrity, everyone wants to be a socialite and all of that, it is not easy. The easiest thing you can do is to be that thing. The most difficult part of that is remaining that thing, not just being that thing. Just as they will always say, the easiest thing is to make money or get money. The most difficult thing is keeping that money. So yeah, that's the same. It applies to the same part. And the first thing I want to share with you guys is vision. It is very important for you to have a vision. That vision is your drive. That is what will keep you going. When you don't have any encouragement from anyone, when no one is telling you the things you want to hear, when no one is there for you, your vision is what keeps you in check. Your vision is that thing that can make you be able to say no, to know what to say no to know what to say yes to, and just how to go about life. If you have a vision as a human being, life comes easy for you because everything you do is being propelled by that vision. And we always say vision. And I feel a number of people don't really know what this vision is or understand what this vision is. And the best explanation I can give is there's a picture that we all see in our heads, in our minds. Like, if I ask you, what do you want to be tomorrow? Today is not that tomorrow you're talking about. So that tomorrow you're talking about is because you're seeing something, that is your vision. If you have a vision, if let's say, for example, my vision is to be a fashion designer. Now, when someone should give me a gig for maybe, let's say, something that has to do with hair or something else, it's so easy for me to say no to that because that is not my thing. It just makes, even in your own personal life, it helps you make easy decisions. You know what is for you, you know what is not for you, you know what will help you to get that thing you're looking at, you know what will distract you and what will stop you. So it helps you stay in check. Vision is something that helps you stay in check. And if you have a vision, it's just like you having a roadmap to your life. Vision is what keeps you going and what keeps you there. That in moments where things are not going fine, because as we all know, life is just like that. There's time for happiness, there's time for sadness. And in those moments where you just can't find anything working, you can't find any reason to keep going, your vision will be what will keep you going. If you ever wonder, how do people do it? Like consistency, for example, discipline. There is something people see that is making them continuously go. That in as much as you think life is so difficult for you, life is difficult for every other person. But the only reason why another person will stand up every day, regardless of what's going on in their life, is because there's a picture they see and they cannot rest until they are able to make their current state that picture. So I don't know if you get what I mean. So having a vision is very important because that keeps you grounded. And just as we always say, a vision is not something that is an end destination, because continually, just as I say, self-development is very important. If you continually develop yourself, with time you get to see that there are things that you add to the vision, or there are certain things that one step would bet into many other little things. It's also all parts of the vision. So it's not like a destination that when you get to a particular place you stop. Just as we will take a picture and maybe we want to enhance it, we want to edit it, that is the same way that vision works. You don't want to leave it like that. You will want to see how you can turn this into that, how it can look more beautiful, how it can be this, how it can be that. So it is really important that you have a vision. Those times where it feels like the world is coming to an end, you have nothing more to give, you have nothing more to lose, and you don't just have it in you. Vision is what keeps you going. And so if you ever wonder how do people stay up for a long time, it's not easy. It's because they have a vision, and with that vision they've been able to do the right calculations. They've been able to check what will fit here, what will not fit here, what will hinder me, what will not hinder me, what I need to do, what I don't need to do, what I should say yes to and what I should not say yes to. The next thing I'll talk about is spirituality. It is really important to practice spirituality regardless of your religion, be you a Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever the case may be. It is really, really important to believe in something higher, something greater than you. It is really important to just be spiritual. There are so many things on planet Earth that is controlled from the spiritual realm and not the physical realm. And I saw a debate on X recently where people were asking about how money ritual works, and if it works, what's the science behind it. And I got an explanation from someone that makes so much sense, that said everything in life which is a fact, everything in our world today is controlled by something we do not see. The vision is also something we do not see. That thing you do not see is what controls whatever it is you're seeing or whatever it is you're doing today. So in the aspect of ritual, just as they say on earth, we have governors, we have commissioners, we have people in charge of different things and different places. That is how the spiritual realm is. And in the aspect of ritual, that blood is the sacrifice you give to make whatever it is that is supposed to happen in the physical realm come closer to be able to happen for you. So that is how I will explain spirituality to you. That I'm not now I'm just using ritual to explain. This has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but spirituality is that place that makes you helps you bring your what is not seen into the realm of what you can see. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, you've got to believe in something higher than you, something greater than you. It is very important to be a man or a woman that is spiritual and doing things the right way. Very important. The next one would be to remain a student of history. Like I would always say, it is never too late to learn something. It is your responsibility. It is advisable for you to always learn, be in the habit of learning. There should be no day that should pass you by without you having to learn something, even as little as one new word. It is very important to learn. Knowledge is what chases ignorance, and if you're ignorant in any aspect of life, then that thing is bigger than you. Let's say I have this phone and I don't know how to operate it. No matter what I do, there's nothing I can do to be able to operate it except I go and understand how it's being operated. So that is just how life works. With ignorance, you cannot go far. Regardless of how you think, you feel, if you have ignorance in so many things, you cannot go far. It is your duty to always remain knowledgeable. When you go actively to seek for knowledge actively, you're always wanting to learn. Knowledge will come to you, and that is a beautiful thing about life. If you go out and seek or pursuit of knowledge, it will come to you. But if you remain where you are thinking the knowledge will come to you, then unfortunately you will just be there with ignorance. And ignorance is, I would say, one of man's worst enemy. If you want to make it in life, and not just make it in life, to make it in life and to remain there, let it not be said that at some point you were this, at some point you were that. You have to cultivate the habit of remaining a student of history and knowledge. Try to go for people who have done what you're seeking to do. Don't listen to your friend, don't listen to your mom, don't listen to that family member who, for any reason, think they know better than you. Now, it is not a bad thing to listen to them, or not saying their advice is not useful to you, but it is just better for you to listen to people who are into that field, not people who are more mature than you or happen to know life better. In the aspect of career, it is more advisable that you go after people who are alike, like you think alike, you want to be like, and not your mom, your friend, and whoever it is that is there to listen to you. It is very important that you go after people you want, because I will give an example now. For example, I believe in God, I'm a Christian, and there are some people I look up to that even the times where I'm struggling with my faith, because of the people I'm looking forward to, the people I'm looking forward to are also talking about God, so it is very difficult that in that aspect, if who I'm looking up to is talking about God, then I should be able to listen to God. If that person that has been able to do and achieve all that I want to do still recognize God, it helps make my spiritual journey easy. It helps my faith, it helps my believing. So things like that, in one way or the other, positively affects us and shapes us. So it is important to study history. If you want to go into acting, you have to go and learn what acting is all about. Don't just sit down at home and believe that you would be the greatest actress. It is very possible for you to be the greatest actress. There is no dream too big that is unachievable. But it is one thing for you to sit at home and dream so big, and it is a different thing entirely to put the work in to actually bring your dreams to reality. So it is not enough for you to be at home and keep telling yourself every day that you're going to be the biggest YouTuber, you're going to be the biggest fashion designer, you're going to be the biggest tech person. It's different. You just stay home and dream till the day you die if you don't step out of your comfort zone and actively go after it. So the history, everything before us was written for us, for our benefit, for us to learn, for us to be knowledgeable about. So all those people you hear about, all those things you hear about, it is your duty to actively go out there and look for them. The next I'll talk about is mentorship. If you're fortunate to be able to have any mentor in your life, I'll advise you to embrace it. It is very important to have a mentor, because a mentor is that person that will teach you and also correct you when you're wrong. A mentor is that person that would not be will not be threatened by how big you are or what you've accomplished. Someone that you can always make reference to. Someone that, regardless of how big and how high you fly, is someone that you respect, and you cannot come as you are in the presence of that person. So yeah, it is important to have a mentor. And then the last thing I'll be talking about is humility. In this journey of our life, humility is one of the most important traits any human being should have, especially for my people who are all about that hustle culture and my big dreamers. It is very, very important to practice humility. So, guys, I just thought to talk about the story, and for the story to usher us into how we can go about our careers. That it is not said about us that at some point in time we're this, at some point in time we're that. And unfortunately, in this case, she's no longer alive, but her career had actually gone down before she lost her life. So I just wanted to use this as an excuse or an example to talk to anyone out there listening to me, that in as much as you're grinding every day to get to that point you want to get to, it is very important that you do it in the right way, so that once you reach that place you want to reach, it is your first and the last time. One of the most difficult things that will happen to any human being is to have a taste of fame, to have a taste of a different life, and then to come back again to square one. That is the worst thing that can happen to you. And also, you tend to hear people that maybe we're doing something and they didn't plan for it, fame happened to come. The normal anthem is, oh, I should have dreamt bigger, I should have done this bigger, I didn't know what to do next, I don't know what to do next, I don't know what to say, I don't know how to go about it. It is a big high possibility for you to be able to save yourself all that stress. Before you go out, before you set yourself out to do anything, it is important to understand that thing that you are doing, to just save you your stress, because it is really, really difficult to be able to get to whichever point it is you want in life, so long it is something good and beautiful. It is really difficult. So for you to get to that point, only for you to just enjoy that for a few years and come back, that is one of the most painful things that will happen. I wouldn't say worse, because it is never too late to start again, and you can try as many times as possible and see bounce back as many times as possible. But you can save yourself that stress, because like we all know, it is not easy, because if it's easy, everyone will be doing it. So guys, I just wanted to use this medium to encourage anyone listening to me that in the pursuit of your career, your big dreams, it is really important to try, endeavor to do things the right way, take the right steps, so that you do it once and once. You don't have to come back to it. And when you get there, so that things are not too difficult for you, let it not be said that, oh, I don't know what to do, I wish they told me, I wish. It is such a difficult thing to navigate through, and we're all about making life easy for ourselves, isn't it? So yeah, I just wanted to encourage anyone who gets to listen to me that as you're going about life, it is very important for you to go after those keys and principles that works for whichever field that you're planning to be in or join in. For you to be able to dominate this world, you don't just do it by dreaming big alone. There's a lot of things that creates that final big picture, that you see people get to live their dreams, and you see people get to do big and unbelievable things. So you and I can also get to achieve that. But for us to achieve that, we have to also do things the right way and do things with the proper understanding. If not, we'll keep having people who get there, and with time you see that you're no longer here of this person. At some point it feels like you've even forgotten the existence of this person completely. So as much as we are such a fast generation, we don't want the struggle, we just want everything. I left to my generation, I should wake up by next week and be one of the biggest people on YouTube. But unfortunately, life doesn't work that way. And if you don't actively follow life the way you should, unfortunately, you will be left with so many hardships, struggles, and if you're not lucky, you fall back to where you're coming from. So yeah, I just thought to share this fascinating story and also use it as an excuse to just, encourage whoever is listening to me. But before we go, guys, I want to share our quote for this week. What's our quote for this week? Our first quote for this week is titled, "Growth is a lifelong process." And I just want to encourage anyone listening to me that it will take patience some days and pain during others. Some days will be filled with pure joy and positive development, while others will seem like a pile of bricks have formed in your heart. This is growth, a gradual, bumpy, and courageous process that will continue for your entire life. So please don't get angry at yourself when you break apart, stumble, or make a mistake. Please don't tear yourself apart for taking a rest and starting something over again. It takes a lot of energy to endure the challenges of personal growth. Truly. So be patient with yourself and remember that you're doing the best that you can. And our next quote for this week would be, "It's hard, that's the point. It's uncomfortable, that's the point. I'm tired, that's the point. It hurts, that's the point. I'm scared, that's the point." We weren't built for easy. We were made to do hard things, not avoid it. In a world obsessed with comfort, we forget the value of struggle. Push harder, step out of your comfort zone. That's how you grow and evolve. Fatigue is a price of progress. Pain is a part of the process. Fear is a natural response to the unknown. It means you're about to do something great. Life is not meant to be a series of easy, comfortable events. It's a gift filled with challenges that shapes you into the best version of yourself. Fall in love with the struggle. That's the point. And yeah, that's it for this week, guys. I'm just going to be leaving you guys with these encouraging words and wishing you all the best in this journey of life and fight for career. For the story behind the fascinating Victoria Lake, have you ever tried any hairstyle inspired by a celebrity, a socialite, or your favorite influencer? Or perhaps you started a hairstyle that turned into something? Let me know in the comment section if you found the story fascinating, or if you have anything to share, any idea or opinion. Please feel free to leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to like this video if you haven't, share, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for joining me.